It's Friday Night Football. Your first and goal coverage with Joel Villanueva is supported by McDonald's Valley Wine.
Hey, welcome back. We begin the night with 23 Valley football teams on the playoff bracket. How many of those teams will move on to play next week? That is what our first and goal team is here for. We've got all the scores and highlights. We started Mission at the newly renovated Townlander Stadium, where that game is still going, but I believe we're having some technical difficulties. So let's move on to our next game on the list. District play has not been a problem for McAllen Memorial, but the Mustangs have won 26 straight district games and 4 straight district titles. The playoffs, though, as you know, a whole different ball game. The Mustangs trying to build on their 6-game win streak with a match against United South tonight. Memorial recovered the onside kick to start this one, and here is the first play after that. Sean Scoogin fakes it and takes it. This will be a 51-yard score, and just 12 seconds in, the Mustangs up 7-0. After a big stop on 4th down, the Mustangs get the ball back. This time it's the running back Campbell Spates, and check out the yardage there. It's going to be a 33-yard touchdown, 13-0 McAllen Memorial. Second quarter now, Scoogin up and over the goal line. Memorial ahead 19-0, and the Panthers having a hard time slowing down the Mustangs' ground attack. Pony up again here, and cue the fight song. Scoogin with a 77-yard score, and Memorial will move on to play San Benito. That will be a rematch of a game that happened earlier this year where the Greyhounds won 31-7. Over in Brownsville at Sam Stadium, the Pace Vikings fired up to host a playoff game. The Vikings taking on the Sharyland Rattlers. First quarter, Sherry on the move here. The quarterback, Edgar Longoria, looks one way, fakes the Vikings out, and before you know it, he is gone to the house. Rattlers up 7-0. Second quarter, Longoria rolling out. And check this out, the great catch by Gabriel Tamez, and there's more. Tamez slips away, and he's in for the touchdown. 17-0 Sherry. That's when Pace gets on the board. Juan Jimenez here rolls off a long TD run for the Vikings. They're in the fourth quarter with Sherry on top, 59-36. If the Rattlers can hold on, they will face Alice next week. All right, PSJA Stadium lit up tonight for a bi-district showdown between PSJA and Weslaco East. Now, despite losing their star running back, Roy Pedraza, earlier this season, the Wildcats came on strong to make the playoffs. Let's get the update from far. Channel 5's Ruben Juarez live there with more on the Bears and Wildcats. Ruben?
Hey, Joel, these two teams heading in the opposite direction. PSJA won its first 8 games of the season, but since then, they've lost their last 2. Weslaco East, on the other hand, won its last 4 games of the year to get into the playoffs. Weslaco East scoring over 40 points in their last 3 games. Could the Wildcats win tonight and make it 5 in a row? Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights. East coming out onto the field, but it was PSJA that stormed out of the gates on the opening drive. Bears quarterback Trey Guajardo working out of the shotgun from the 20. He rumbles down the sideline, touchdown Bears. PSJA off to a great start, but after that, it was all Weslaco East. They turned it on. Wildcats facing a 3rd and long. Richard Lefevre hooks up with Hector Sainz for the first down in Bear territory. Moments later, Lefevre lobs it up for Jaime Bañuelos. He gets his claws on it, 24-yard score. East up 14-7 at the half. After the break, Lefevre going back to the same corner. This time it's to the comeback kid, J.C. Vargas, scoring in his first game back from injury. East up 21-7. Wildcats looking for the final knockout punch, and I've been waiting to say this all night long. Time to get down with the sickness. It's Richard Lefevre who rumbles in for the score. Weslaco East wins a big 49-13, the final. East moving on. Pretty wide score there, but at the end of the first half, PSJ was only down a touchdown. They had a chance to score, but their pass in the end zone got intercepted by Weslaco East. So the defense for the Wildcats came up big at the end of the first half. Now Weslaco East will take on Laredo Alexander next week. Joel, that's the story from far. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
Valley, the Lafayette Lions pumped up to host a playoff game. The Lions facing Rockport-Fulton. Early first quarter, it is the Pirates defense here. David Castillo with the INT, and that is a pick 6. Rockport-Fulton out to a 7-0 lead. Later in the first quarter, Rockport sets up shop inside the Lions' 5-yard line, and this will be another score for the Pirates. So the Lions down 2 touchdowns, trying to rally back. Second quarter, Dorian Hernandez finds his receiver, Noah Conde, but in the end, La Feria beat 19-14. All right, now we are going to go back to Mission's Tom Landry Stadium, where tonight it was Mission veterans playing their first true home game of the season. The Patriots facing Brownsville Lopez. For more on this game, let's bring in Channel 5's Brandon Ortega, who's live from Tom Landry Stadium. Brandon?
Hey there, Joel. This game featured a high-octane offense of Mission veterans taking on a sound defense of Lopez. That was the key matchup for me coming into this game, and that's partially where the game was won. Let's check out the highlights. Patriots fired up for this game. As Joel said, they waited all season long to play at Tom Landry Stadium. And here we go. First quarter, Lopez defense off to a strong start. Landry Gilpin stripped, and that turned into a field goal for the Lobos, and they're on the board first. Then we head later in the first. Gilpin, more pressure on him, this time Pedro Garcia, sacked by a pack of Lobos. All Lopez early in the first. 3-0 at the end of the quarter, and then in the second, Gilpin opening up the playbook, launches a bomb, and John Aguilar, what a catch there for the Patriots. That seemed to wake up the offense there for Mission Vets, and then after a long drive, Gilpin scrambling, finding his way to the other side of the field, and then eventually Mikey Garcia in the corner. That touchdown, the start of a 22-0 run. Patriots were seeming to pull away to win this game, but the Lobos fired back with 14 points in the fourth quarter, and they fall a little short tonight as Mission Vets hangs on to win. Final score 25-17. So the Lobos falling just a little bit short in the fourth quarter as we bring it back live to Tom Landry Stadium. Joel, as I said, Mission veterans had the game in the bag, but the Lobos fought back with that 14-0 run in the fourth quarter, 25-17. The Mission veterans moving on. Let's go back to you.
Okay, thank you, Brandon. The Vela SaberCats haven't had a close game this year. The SaberCats went undefeated during the regular season, which in turn led to an outright district championship. How would Vela fare against 32 6A challenger Brownsville Hanna? Channel 5 Tracy Bragg is live in Edinburg, where tonight the SaberCats were on upset alert. Trayson, give us the update.
Joel, we have a big-time game going on right now, and right now it's playoff season, as you already know, which means one thing: each team's regular season record means absolutely 0. Whether your team had 0 losses or 3, doesn't matter. That's last week's news, because when it comes to this time of year, either you keep on winning or you catch the next bus straight on home, baby. And oh, it looks like something big just happened behind me. But Joel, let's get straight to the action and show you what led to this point in the game. Both teams would enter the field ready to play a playoff war. Hanna would get in the end zone first when their running back pulled a choo-choo straight over the Vela defender to get in the end zone for the game's first score. On their next series, they tried to kick a field goal, but Vela smacked that thing out of the air. Their QB, though, would make a big-time mistake when he fumbled the ball just outside of the red zone. However, Enriquez would make that up for him. Look at him run through that tackle like butter, set up that great block. That was top-notch there. From there, he used his speed to carry him all the way into the end zone, 70 yards down the field. He was so fast, our cameraman couldn't even get in position there, Joel. However, Hanna would regain the lead on this perfectly thrown touchdown pass, but their QB made some huge mistakes at the end of the second half. With 3 minutes left, he threw 2 interceptions inside his own 10-yard line, which both led to Vela touchdowns. This one to Enriquez again, who uses his speed again to get in the end zone on this pick 6. That touchdown gave his team a 2-score lead with less than a minute and a half. In the fourth quarter, though, Mancias would give Hanna the lead one more time when he powers his way into the end zone for a touchdown run. But Joel, just moments ago, after both teams left blood, sweat, tears, even Band-Aids on this field, the SaberCats, Vela, pulled off a big-time win, kicking a 55-yard field goal with less than a minute left in the game to regain the lead and win tonight by a score of 34-32. Joel, wow, this was a big-time game. Wow, this was Valley football, and this was a big-time win for Vela. We'll see what they can do for the rest of the playoffs. Reporting live in Edinburg, I'm Trayson Bragg. Wow, Channel 5 Sports.
I guess that's his new last name, Trayson Bragg. Wow, that's his new name. What a finish there. Yeah, that's the playoff game we like to see. That's the kind of atmosphere we enjoy as we get ready for some more playoff action. Here on the scoreboard, we see Southwest knocking off La Joya. This game up in San Antonio, 14-7. Now, because Eagle Pass beat McAllen 51-21, that means Eagle Pass will now face Edinburg Vela. Mercedes knocks off Pioneer 61-31. That game actually in the fourth quarter, but Mercedes, if they hold on to win, Mercedes will face Cal Allen in the next round. Also tonight, Gruya coming up short against Pleasanton 32-16. Rio Hondo cruising past Aransas Pass right now 35-6, while Goliad shuts out Santa Rosa 49-0. And finally, it was Yorktown defeating La Villa 51-14. Now,